Hi, good day to you. Good day. Hope everyone's having a beautiful Wednesday or whatever day you are playing and looking at this sharing. Hmm. I, let's see, what I wanted to share today before I go into the gift from Spirit, the direct gift, is many people who have been around me for over the years at events or at different trainings and sharings may know this, but there may be others that have not known this specific little piece I'm going to share. And that is, I feel very, very blessed that I can be in this full trance state into this shift of consciousness when it comes to sharing private sessions for people, um, these kind of gifts and offerings, different classes or events that Spirit has led. I'm very blessed for that. Um, my training, I guess, began to work with my angels, my team of spirit uh, support, didn't begin in this with this state. It began with consciously feeling and developing quite quickly a hearing of messages for my personal growth, my personal understanding. Sometimes a kind of automatic writing, which I learned to be able to um, just note and let it flow through me. And uh, that translates then into some other, my own conscious participation with groups that I've done, especially in the retreats and longer events. In between the sessions when Spirit is sharing, I'm constantly, to my best ability, having my deep breath, attuning to hear what's next, what's next. Anyone here needs something. I'm just using my intuitive skills and my channeling skills with Spirit to be available for following the guidance. Now, I will say, in my humility and in my human um, state, I don't do this all the time in my day to day life. I sometimes am listening, and sometimes I pretend like I'm the little toddler running around and I don't want to hear anything. Um, there are moments when I have my deep breath that I realize, oh, I haven't been breathing, and I just tune in and clearing and cleanse my field and just become ready to be in the flow, feeling the union with Spirit. But for sure, I do not stand in front of anyone in the capacity of offering my gifts without doing my best to stay in that conscious attunement. I've coached integrated breath work, and I use that gift in that timing and that service. Any other conversations I'm having, like I said, I just do my best to stay in that breath and that hearing, always attuned to what is the next thing. Oh, we need to hear some music. Oh, we need to have a conversation. Ah, we need to have a shift in the energy. And as people typically call those moments breaks, we don't call them that. Um, but so I'm very blessed that my I forget how many years. Let's see, 50 many plus years of consciously as an adult, uh, working with Spirit, that I've keep developing and keep honing my own personal use with this and the way I can offer it for other people. And that is something that when I do training for others to learn to channel, that to me the first step is not just learning to go into some altered state in the way like you're absent or anything like that, but to begin, how am I going to use this connection for my own growth in the best way that I can. So I wanted to give that little insight into how I work. And even now, if you notice, I tend to look into the space, someplace in my mind where all this resides at times, and have my breath. If I said enough, is it time to go? Are we ready? Um, and yes, we're ready. So enjoy the blessing of Spirit, And I will be back for the conclusion, and thank you for your presence with me. Nate malkut vege bora vege dula leolam, amen. Thou art the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and forever. And so it is. Greetings, beloved friends. I am known by many different names. Most popular used name is the Roman name I was given, Jesus. Yeshua, I am your brother. I am always with you, whether you believe in the fantasies prescribed by churches, or whether you believe in the personal reunion that we share. It is that I am present because it is my divine light, which is always available, present for asking, receiving, and preserving the truth of who you really are. So do want to say with you this day that a good much of the words that are ascribed to me that were written by others, the things I said, the things I did, a good amount of that is very accurate or close to accurate. Do you know that those who witnessed and listened to my words and teaching in those times were probably not skilled at common usage of so-called shorthand, and certainly did not have a famous, or a recording device to capture and then transcribe that. So it was by memory or by depth of how it was received, some notes that might have been scribbled, but I wanted to assure you that most of these words are true. Now, not all of the stories around that are true, because for two reasons. The events were not often written about, most often not written about in the immediacy of its occurrence. And so they were brought to mind, to memory, and embellishment according to the individual experience of the scribe of those writings, events. More importantly, the editing, as it would be called now, by so-called authorities who held the documents and the words, altered them to their whim and to their advantage. This is widely known. So I just wanted to say these things so that we can get clear on the things I am about to say. The message that is most important, beloved friends, is that you realize the love that I experience in my union with Father, Mother, God, as your own personal relationship with that divine flow. My human life, blood, breath, experience contained sufferings, emotional, mental, physical. I, in my humanity, doubted, not for how it is often portrayed, but I doubted my own self for interpreting and loving in a continuous flow. I overcame most of that by the discipline of my prayer, by the discipline of my removal from those around me so that I could reconnect. Love is that which I am with the Father, Mother, God. And that is how and what I want to share with all. I want to share my love with you, my love for you being in my life, in the human body's life, and in the eternity of life, which we all share. And I have asked of you to love one another in the way that I have loved you. That has been missed a lot. In the name that is used of who I have been, it is blasphemous to say in the name of Jesus Christ, I am professing these truths and they are not lived. That is unfortunate for so many, because I did not want to break commandments as I had been knowing them in my life with the rabbis and the teachings. I wanted to question them. I wanted to know and understand them more. But it was never my mission to destroy any of that. I wanted to awaken everyone to finding how that law, those laws applied within themselves, and how they could move through that easier when they proclaimed love as the source of all of that. Love is respect. Love is honoring and blessing and allowing. Love is being in curiosity and in realization of how everything connects. You with all of your brothers and sisters, you with the animals, you with the earth itself and the foods of the earth and the blessings of the earth. Love connects. So we forgive those who blaspheme in the name of Jesus Christ, in the name of God. The blaspheme isn't saying swear words. The blaspheme is saying things of hatred, anger, judgment, actions which demonstrate that. That is the blasphemy. That is one of the first commandments ever given for humans to begin to find organization to their principles for life. So it was written, and so it may be understood. The law said, do not take the Lord of thy God's name in vain. What could that mean? In my teaching it is, do not call anything of this earth, any one of your brothers and sisters, any word or frequency of ideas that separates from the name of the God, which can be 1,000 names, but the principle of love. Will you affirm with me this day that thou art as I am, that all life is I am, and all that we have come to be with one another in this timing of your expression here now is still resonating in love, whether you think of it in that way or not, whether you have anger or not, whether you have fear or not, whether you are grieving or not. Love moves in all of these human moments, whether you understand it or not. So I can remind you that when you feel an overwhelm of this, it is not an obligation that will be punished if you violate it. Oh, you will have experience of your own energies giving you the blessing of learning, but it is not meant as punishment. It is that you can become aware. In this overwhelm, I will give my whole being a moment. I will give my whole being a day, a week, however much it would be, a breath of inner reunion. And so if in those moments you are called to receive through the asking, through the praying, through the calling on divine light and intervention, so be it. That is humbling, and it can open up your own flow of healing and clearing. The miracles of life restored, the miracles of all needs being met, the miracle of profound receiving and knowing and feeling and hearing all the divine that is yours as you open. So you open in asking prayer, in humility, or you open in just releasing all of that which is held tight within you. There is no separation between these two approaches because they really become one. It isn't the words you use in prayer, but the intention of surrender, living in the hope that guides you to your faith that all is well. You are well. All is whole. You are whole. You can learn the Hebrew or the Aramaic language to say the prayers that have been given. It could be interesting for your mind to experience some of those frequencies, but I say to you, more important, find your words. And do as I did more often than it was reported. I danced. I laughed. I just smiled at life. So, yes, I wept. Yes, I cried out in frustration. But those moments with my humanity, that is a demonstration that the divine Father Mother loves all humanity, is not abandoning any of us through the march in embodiment as human. Matai, I call upon Matthew as representing a questioning, passionate, intelligent aspect of human life that I drew to me. Asaman, call upon Simon to be present as a reflection of power and willingness to stand in any situation, to use the fight and flight moment as a tool, not to act out in that, but to stand in awareness, firmness, and faith in that. And all these many aspects that are represented for you. Where are we going from here? Love is the religion. It is not a rule. Religion made up into laws and rules defining what is or is not godly. It can be very distracting to the truth. They are guidelines perhaps meant to serve and help, or they were meant to control. It doesn't really matter the motive. Do not put it all in one bucket. Find your inner law. Live by that law. For you cannot not live in that law. As you become aware that you are living the law, life is so much more fun and joyful and celebratory. So many masters have said, yes, karma, you can name it. That is a law, but it is not ever punishment, and it is meant to be a service and teaching. You cannot escape it. You can just keep growing in that law, but the laws are not prescribed as rules, but as nature of who you are, here and beyond here. Thank you, my friends, for hearing my words of truth this day. I bless you each. I remind you, where you do not feel love for your neighbor, find love for the greater truth of who that neighbor is. Where you do not find love for all that exists in the world, find that it is here to teach and to assist humanity and your own being to thrive. Learn to laugh with it, at least as much as you cry about it. Shalom. Be in peace. Coming back. Hi. Thank you for my blissful journey. I feel very deep in peace that is, I could describe as bliss because it is quiet joy along with the sense of nothing else but that, which is just, whatever it is. I don't have words. Thank you for gifting me this today. So, in this state, I can't think of the things that I wanted to say, but I'm going to tell you. If there's things important, Daryl will probably put them in comments here that you can read and follow through with. You can always contact me and Daryl through our Gmail, openchannelresources@gmail.com. One word, open channel resources open.channel@gmail.com. Find the website under the same name, Open Channel Resources. Thank you for sharing in this energy. I want you to have a full and fabulous, blissful day. Until next time.